Honestly, we almost didn't. We've tested so many attachments that promise new angles or better activation, and most of the time, they're just hype for people who love to tinker. Every week it's optimal attachment, optimal movement, optimal joint alignment, but nobody asks if it actually helps them train better. Jeff's going to talk about that soon, so if you want to hear it unfiltered, subscribe and drop what you want us to challenge next. These are the EvolPow Adjustable Lever Arms, designed to convert your rack into a lever-based training system. This version is designed for 2x2 uprights, so make sure your rack size matches before you consider it. You set the height, adjust the angle, load it like a bar, and get a guided resistance curve similar to a machine. Installation was quick, but just a note, there is no UHMW lining included, and the tolerance is tight, so make sure your rack dimensions match before ordering. To make this easier without throwing decimal overload at you, we're rounding dimensions up to the nearest clean total. Each arm is just under 38 inches long, so we're calling it 38. It measures at 27 inches from the front of the handle to the tip of the weight horn, which is your working depth. The arm sits roughly 12 inches forward from the upright, and the handle is 11 inches long by 10 inches tall, with 4 grip positions, 3 of them fully knurled. Here's something you normally only see on higher-end lever arms. The angled adjustment plate allows converging and diverging press paths. That's actually why our fly test even worked. There are 13 vertical height positions, so you can set your start point before lifting, and 9 angle adjustments. Or if you want a more natural press, you can leave the arms completely open and use free motion mode. Most lever arms at this price point only let you control one plane. This gives you 2 before you even touch the movement. There's also a loop attachment built into each arm, so you can clip on bands, cables, or anything with a carabiner if you like experimenting with resistance. These are a value-based lever arm setup done really well, but they're not designed to be slammed with impact loads. Treat them like a bodybuilding or controlled strength tool, and you won't have any issues. But if you try to ego lift and drop heavy weight, you're going to damage them. That's not what these are built for. EvolPow lists belt squats as a movement option, and yes, you can do them on these, but belt squatting is typically a heavy load movement, and most dedicated setups include a kickstand or lift assist, so you can actually get into position before the rep. With these lever arms, you're loading from only one side, and there's no way to support that initial rise. So while it's possible, I personally rather use the Smith machine or just squat off the front of the rack instead. Hip thrusts are technically possible if you converge the arms inward, but the handles are grip style, not a barbell or thrust pad, so it isn't a stable or repeatable setup. We tested it lightly, but it's not something we program consistently. The ability for the arms to track in a converging pattern is what separates these from most budget setups. For incline pressing, the arc felt controlled without being restricted. Flat bench pressing gave Jeff more stability than dumbbells. Lat pull-downs using the cable system tracked tension better than we expected. Rows felt like a commercial lever row setup. The deadlift variation allowed for top range overload with safer posture. And even on the fly test, not cable smooth, but noticeably better than expected because the arms actually converge through the movement path, which you typically only see on premium lever systems. I assumed this would be something Jeff uses for strength work and I'd avoid, but once I marked my positions, I actually preferred certain accessory movements using the guided path. It let me think about the muscle, not controlling the bar. Now, if you train inside your rack and want a machine-like option without committing extra floor space, these bring more value than we expected. But if you train explosively or you hate structured movement paths, this isn't the right setup for you. We expected lever arm gimmick. We were wrong. Used intentionally, they add meaningful versatility and feel better than anticipated for the price. There's no UHMW lining, and the tolerance is tight. So be careful putting them on and off if you're one of those people who treat their rack like a work of art instead of something designed to be trained hard on. If you lift with purpose, they are worth it. If you want to see us keep testing gear honestly from a real living room gym, hit like, subscribe, and tell us what you want us to challenge next.